in Oakland. The city faces a more than $32 million budget deficit. Last month, the city decided to target the police department to save money. The vote came in to eliminate 80 of the city's 776 officers. The layoffs are to begin at the end of today. In an effort to avoid those layoffs, city leaders met with the police union today. KRON 4 is closely watching those discussions moment to moment. KRON 4's Christine Conley is live in Oakland with tonight's top story. Christine.
Well, Pam, this is really going down to the last minute here at City Hall. Right now, negotiations are going on in the mayor's office between the police union and city officials. And just moments ago, the mayor telling KRON 4 that there's no new update at this point. And the police department says if no agreement is reached, then midnight will be the last shifts for 80 police officers in Oakland. Let's go ahead and roll some video here and show you what the sticking points are. To avoid layoffs, city leaders want officers to pay 9% of their salaries into their pensions. Other city workers do pay a percentage of their salaries into their pensions. The union says that they would agree to that if the city would put a 3-year moratorium on layoffs. And that's something city officials have said just isn't possible because they can see the deficit to continue to grow over the next few years. City officials approved the layoffs in June to bridge a $31 million deficit in Oakland, but the police union says that they gave big concessions last year, including deferring raises. The OPD says that if these layoffs occur, it'll be the first time that officers on the street were laid off. And we talked to the police chief about what these layoffs will mean, and that he says it doesn't come at a good time for the OPD. We also talked to the mayor. Here's what they had to say. Take a listen.
I think we had just started to turn the corner. Crime was reducing. Productivity was going up. We're becoming more efficient. I think we're becoming a more professional police department as a whole. Our image was changing. You can see the results of Thursday comes from the things that we've been doing and planning and changing this organization. So we will try as best we can to try to continue to do the same.
I don't want to characterize it except to say that our conversations are fluid conversations.
So the mayor not able to say exactly what's going on in that meeting room, but he did say that they will stay as long as it takes. So let's continue our team coverage now with KRON 4's Hazik Majoun, who tells us what these layoffs could mean to police department services.
Here is what will be different if OPD loses 80 officers.
Oakland Police Emergency Supervisor number 3.
911 calls fielded by these operators involving non-life-threatening crimes will no longer get squad cars responding to the scene. Instead, Oakland Police will redirect those 911 calls regarding what they say are over 40 lesser crimes, including theft, vandalism, and extortion, to an online system for filing police reports. Oakland Police spokesman Jeff Thomas says even burglaries will no longer be a top priority with 80 less cops on the force.
Yeah, a burglary with no suspect information, meaning that there's no possible investigation. It's not going to be followed up on with the investigators in our criminal investigations division. They're going to have to report that online.
Oakland police say those nonviolent crimes will not be followed up by investigators because those investigators will be on the streets responding to the most violent 911 calls in the city. In Oakland, Hazik Majoun, KRON